Hey everyone, I really hope this is clear because some of the videos I've watched appear to be, others not so much. Pretty sure it depends on what device I use to make my videos. Anyway, I was just messaging a friend at uni and I'm like, please send me luck. Actually, I wasn't just messing with uni. I've literally asked everyone that I know in reality to be like, please send me luck, because I've got to get the stuff from my phone to the hard drive so that I can actually get some kind of order, which I have none of. And if you're new to my channel, you'll know that technology and I really am trying to become more positive about it, because you know what you think and what you get and where your vibrations are, and my vibrations are very high. Don't do it, boss. Wait, don't do it. Don't do it. You be good and mommy give you one. This was me trying to train my dog the wrong way. This is literally what I do to make him shut up. Alright, where are they? Are you gonna be good? Can you see it? Stay. Where are they? Oh, good boy. Anyway, where was I? I need to get my photos and my videos and literally all of my storage set up. Ironically enough, I find I'm a lot calmer, clearer, intelligent, smart, quite capable of doing anything I set my mind to, except for uni. I love uni. No, I take that back. I do not love uni at all. I love learning. And I'm not saying I'll never go back to uni. The master's degree that I wanted to do, I mean, I still want to do it, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's for the wrong reasons. Anyway, that may or may not happen. I haven't told anyone on my videos what the master's degree is, simply because it may or may not happen. But we all know how much I love philosophy. And considering the world is falling apart worse than ever, I'm going to stick to the big picture stuff because I'm living in a country right now. So I'm in Melbourne, Australia. I'm from New Zealand. I've been living here 19 years. And I've been stuck in what I like to refer Kiwi limbo. Unable to apply for citizenship or permanent residency or any of those things. I am extremely lucky that I met the criteria for the disability pension. And even though it's taken me since 2017, don't do it. Oi, focus on mummy, because you fucking annoy me otherwise. I love him to pieces. He's had surgery 4 times. You know what surgery costs for a dog? Over $1,000. But he's my best friend. Anyway, even as my therapist says, I go from the beginning of these stories, but I still manage to somehow work my way back. Speaking of therapy, the reason I haven't uploaded it yet is because of 2 reasons, or however you want to put it. I truly do not watch these videos before I upload them. I just don't, okay? I very much believe in a world where we need to be authentic. I'm as authentic as they come because I've been getting told my whole life I'm on a totally different level. I openly admit I got so many things wrong with me, but it was only recently, come to think of it, that I hadn't really explained that apparently mental illness trumps fucking everything in a stigma sense. So alcoholism, homelessness, I don't know, domestic abuse. I was given as a rundown of all the things that have got the stigma. I'm not sure if domestic abuse comes into this one or not now. That's me and my brain not working. By the way, I haven't had weed in a number of days, so that's just something I felt like throwing in there. But anyway, what was I saying? I have been told, and I've now had it confirmed, that mental illness is apparently the biggest stigma there is. Which explains a few things in my life, considering I tell everyone everything. Obviously, I'm at 5 minutes and 27 seconds, and you're all going to see this video way before I do, because I have so much to catch up on, and until I get this transferring thing happening, it's not on the top of my list. Well, the person I was talking to at uni was like, I've just watched your video from the 13th of October with a laughing emoji, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, I haven't seen it. So I jumped on and watched it, and then they messaged me and they're like, no, I meant to say I've just caught up. So I'm like, oh, does that mean you've watched from the 13th until yesterday? And then I find that even more amusing because I haven't. I estimate that I'm around about a month behind. Not like a solid month, but just random shit here and there, yeah? The fact that everybody that I ever tell that I make their videos the way that I do, and the fact that 9 out of 10 times I get the same response, which is, wow, that is so brave, I do find it even more amusing when I'm like, wow, you seem to think that's brave. There's so many videos on my channel I have not seen. Thankfully, I'm now getting better with the whole YouTube studio side of stuff, because I tend to do everything through just the YouTube app, yeah? The YouTube website. And I really don't see half of the comments using just that app, right? But the YouTube studio one that goes in like behind the scenes and whatnot, yeah, that's where I've been like, oh my god, all the people that I didn't know existed. Like, when I had those 4 days off from making videos because I was in such a severely distressed state, when nobody contacted me until my sister did on the like 4th day or so, I truly did believe that this is all pointless, yeah? Until I found the comments. And there were so many comments, and so positive. And I really want you all to know just how much love I do feel from you. You know, like, we're in this together. You know, I'm going to keep making these videos, and it gets to things like last night and I haven't made one, and it's just like, oh, I cannot be fucking bothered. And then I think to myself, I actually really, really hate the fact that I have missed a couple of days. I hate to miss the days I did during that session for the outcome and the lesson to be learned, and I get that. And believe you me, I learn an awful lot, yeah? So, hence I'm constantly telling you all, if you're new, you may not know. I don't know anyone that's like me. I truly think that everyone knowing everything about me makes my life as simple as possible. You can't bring any, like, skeletons out of Liv's closets, because Liv just puts them all out there for you, yeah? There isn't anything that I won't share. I constantly actually ask myself that. Like, if I'm asked a question, for example, what is something you've never told anyone before? And I truly don't think I can think of an answer, because at some point or another, I've told someone almost everything. The only thing I find real confusing in life is that I'm never entirely sure who I've told what to. And I know a number of people that know me watch my videos. I must admit, finding out the people that I shared the links with at uni who actually took me up on it, is again making me crack up, because I personally think if I knew someone doing what I'm doing, I would subscribe instantly, because I'm literally letting you into my life. This is my diary. This is who I am, you know. Let's look at the pictures behind me, for example. Pretty sure that gives off a, I mean, Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror has been my ideal role model since I was 9 years old. 9, right? I am going to be 38. What are we in? It's Monday the 16th of October at 5:52 in the evening. I've been up since 9 when the water filter man knocked on my door, because I knew he was coming, but I thought he was coming this afternoon. I was awake, I just being typical old me and not getting out of bed. If I'm actually honest, I was dreaming about being at Cassidy and Sundance's house, and I was just like, nothing beats getting woken up in the morning with someone giving you a cup of coffee. Like, the simplest of things in my life make me happy. Like family dinners at Cassidy's house. It's one of my favorite things, you know. Like, they've adopted me into their family, which is awesome. So that's cool. And their uncle was one of the ones who I'm like, pray for me. I don't know what I'm doing, but literally none of my devices have any room, which makes life really hard, because I pick up my cameras and make videos as and when I want them. Yeah. Even like last night, right? I think I uploaded like a couple of minutes. But it's important. These are important to me, because, you know, when I'm like fucking my mum's age, for example, like, the people in my family live until they're really, really, really fucking old, yeah? On both sides, right? Into their 90s, both my father's and my mother's side. So I imagine I'm here for a while, yeah? And these videos are important to me. It might not seem like it since I'm so behind, but university basically takes me from feeling like a ordinary person, and I say ordinary in the sense that there's no real ordinary fucking thing out there, you know. Normal is an illusion, as it says on my fucking arm. Normal is just an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. Speaking of tattoos, because I've just switched off, I have no idea how many stories I've started already. I've already paid deposits for the 2 tattooists who are in the same studio. One's doing all the quotes. I think there are 5. Let's see. Always come from love. Everything is on my side. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Alright, that's 3. Let me think. Oh, God. When you get to this amount, you start getting confused. I've got, obviously, the Wittgenstein, who, the philosopher I love. Can't see if I can see it. What does it say? It's written on my wall. In the world, everything is as it is and happens as it does happen. That might sound real, like, convoluted, but that frickin' philosopher broke my brain. But by the time I got through it all, maybe 2 or 3 times, because that's literally how often you got to read what this man has written to make it make any sense. But yeah, something about that quote, in the world everything is as it is and happens as it does happen, which to me is just a more philosophical way of saying everything happens in life for a reason, or everything happens for the sake of your higher self. So the butterflies are going on this. I cannot wait. And then I'm having the quote. So I've sent emails and messages to them all today, and I'm like, since I'm on break, can you try to like fit me in like say one tattooist and then one day to rest and then have my next one the next day, so then all the tattoos can be healing all at once, because I'm going to have a big giant butterfly there. The butterflies are going to be done one at a time, mostly because I'll have to keep paying for them, and my tattooist who's doing the butterflies is in $180 an hour and doesn't have a maxed out rate, whereas the person doing my quotes charges the same amount per hour, but like if you're there and you get to like say $1,000 for example, that's where it stops. It gets capped at that. So hence all the quotes will be getting done, but they reckon it'll be only like 3 or 4 hours. So what's that gonna cost me? 180 times 4. It's going to cost me around, that's 720, and I've obviously already paid a deposit. I don't feel bad about the money I spend on tattoos, because I am really good with money, and the amount of money I have been able to save since buying my car, I'm fucking pleased with myself, let's just say that. But I have the money to pay for my last unit, I have the money to pay for all the tats that I want, and I recently decided to try and be an adult and go to the supermarket, because if you know me at all, you'll know that I hate grocery shopping, yeah? Supermarkets make me overwhelmed. I go down all the aisles, I overthink, I spend far too long in them, and I always end up buying way too much crap, yeah? Anyway, usually I would do my shopping online for click and collect, right? But then I'd get too bloody stoned, and then it would get to like, say, 260, 280 in the cart, and I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, Liv? And then just ignore it. So I decided to be a grown-up, and I went to the supermarket. Now, obviously, I was completely sober. It was on the way home from Cassidy's, right? Because I thought I was working and that I needed to be at the airport at 6 a.m. Not only at the airport, but parked and ready and at the arrival gates. All the alarms in the entire world, white noise. Yeah, when I'm out, I'm out. Hence, Juice has spare keys to my house now because he's really scared after what happened last time. So, anyway, where was I going with this? I lose myself a lot. But I do find it really funny when I watch myself back, because it's like I obviously am watching myself tell a story, and then I'm like, I get lost, which is what's happening now, and it cracks me up. But I've remembered. Anyway, went to the supermarket, thought, I know what I need, very simple stuff. I need dog food, just shit to eat. Oi, don't do it. Anyway, don't ask me how. I checked the receipt and it's all correct, but I spent $324 on groceries, and it's me and my dog. $324. And I know that because they asked if I wanted the $10 off with my rewards, and I was like, yeah, definitely. So I paid $314 for grocery shopping, which will obviously last me like fucking forever. Like, I absolutely love the Realco plant-based sausages, and they're like chicken, cheese, whatever the chicken, fake chicken and herb, whatever the hell. I'll put pictures up. If you prepare them the way I do, which again I'll put pictures up because I actually plan to put them on Reddit as well. Oh my god, they taste fucking amazing, yeah? But there's one of me and 6 or 8 fucking sausages in a pack, so I separate them and put them all in the freezer. I haven't done it yet, but they're perfectly fine. excuse me, I went and saw my neighbour earlier, because I messaged him asking about the lawns, and he's like, yeah, I'll come on Friday, and I could see him, and then he sent me a picture, and he's like, this huge tree fell down in the yard, and he's been like working away at chopping it to pieces for the like last number of days. He's like, it's going in the rubbish, and I was like, I know you see you'll mow the lawns on Friday for me, which is awesome, but it's also green bin, and I have a place in my backyard that I literally call my backyard too, yeah? And that's where all the crap I put. So I said to him, take my green bin. I took it over there, and we had a little yarn, and I gave him a Tupperware sort of container full of Anzac biscuits. I was like, you know me, you know what I'm like. I overshop. I don't do any of it correctly. I still think walking out onto a stage in front of 1,000 or so people, 10,000, 100,000, I don't really care. That is so much more exciting for me to think about. It doesn't bring me anxiety. It brings me this amazing, exhilarating, oh my god, I was born to do this, whereas the supermarket overwhelms me. So that's where Liv's at. But yeah, I really just want the tattoos done as soon as they can be next to each other, because it turns out, and I really wish I'd known this to begin with, because I used to get, I can hear him, I don't know what he wants. It looks like it's nice outside, but it's actually fucking cold in my house, so my heat is on, so the doggy door's shut. So I'm listening. Anyway, what am I trying to say? I keep doing this. So I went over, I took the bin over, we were having a chat, and then I took him like a Tupperware container of Anzac biscuits. I was like, always the same thing, dude. Like, and then I told him the story of what happened with my other neighbour. Now, I don't know if I said this or not, but I have absolutely no idea. Look, let's face it, I'm going to tell you the story because I think it's fucking funny. And so did my neighbour. But if I'm repeating myself, feel free to like skip forward. I am at, what am I at? 22 minutes and 35 seconds and not finished yet. So anyway, I have this habit, or I did up until this happened, and it was a very big learning lesson and quite funny, I think, and so does everyone in my life. I have this habit of, well, we all know that I literally talk to everyone. Yeah, like that's who I am. I talk to people like I've known them my whole life. I don't do small talk. I just jump right in with real life stuff. Small talk is boring and pointless. And I understand that not everyone's as out there as me, because, you know, I've spoken to people who think that what I do would be a good therapy. Like, as I say, film yourself, watch yourself, don't have to show anyone. I show everyone because I truly believe with every single inch of my soul, body, and mind that I'm here to share everything, because I have been in the darkness, and I'm talking the real deep, deep nothingness of darkness, and I have done things throughout that most people probably can't comprehend. And one day it will all come out, yeah? Because I plan to leave my legacy in the sense of, there's no fucking way I'm ever going to have children. Honestly, childbirth is scary as fuck, right? That and the fact that I'm happily in a very long, committed, stable relationship with me, myself, and my number of sex toys. I think one of them's like behind me. See, my favourite one. Just keep it in handy all the time, yeah. So yeah, buying too much food. I think I might stick to being on alone, but I do have about enough. I think I've probably got enough food for like over a month or more, truthfully, I don't eat very much. It really does turn out that I only eat when I smoke a lot of weed, and I just haven't been smoking a lot of weed. I think because I've most just been tired, like I've slept, watched Netflix, Fair Play, I think might be what it was called. It's a movie that's pretty good. I watched Annabelle Comes Home, that's pretty good. I don't know what Boss is doing, but alright, the story. Like I said, I've got no idea if I've shared before, but I'm almost positive that I've shared things many, many a time. Half the reason I make these videos is because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Another reason why I need security cameras, so I can actually watch what the fuck it is I'm doing. What is it, Mum? Do you want to go out? You want? Look. Look, do you want to say hello? No. See, look. Oh, there you go. Go. Don't break stuff, buddy. Get off. Everything is connected to the laptop. Alright, please. I've got my phone connected, my hard drive connected, everything's connected. And I was about to start doing it when I said to my uni friend, please send me luck. And then I was like, no, perfect time for a video. I need all of you to please send me luck. Dude. Boss has this thing where he just has to be right next to me, which I love, obviously. He's my dog. Ugh, let me just try to sort my shit out. Hold on, people. Hold on, people. He just kind of mucked everything up there a little bit. Anyway, it doesn't feel right either. Let's put it up. So the story. I have multiple phone numbers from my neighbours, right? The street I live on, in the suburb I live in, has always notoriously been told, well, I have, and from what I can tell, even after talking to my neighbour, it must be like a common thing that people know, in the sense of when I moved into the street, it was full of people, I want to say drug-fueled and mean and kind of gang-like. I mean, obviously I don't have anything personally against people who take drugs because I smoked ice for a fucking long time, and it's not that I have anything against them. I worry about people, but I think one of my favourite sayings that I say in these videos is and always will be, people who take drugs are still people. There are still people. I did not know that having a mental illness was more stigmatised than taking drugs, but go figure. Anyway, I have so much to do, so I'm going to share this story because it's funny. I think it's funny, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. But I do have this habit of, well, I did, when I meet people, I'm a very out there person. I like friends. I like being able to hang out and do stuff. I was talking to one of my neighbours who lives a couple doors down one afternoon. We sort of arrived home at the same time. And so I went out and said hello. And now that it's all happened and I look back, I can see how strange it might be, but it just never entered my head at the time. But I am one of those people who like to ask for a person's phone number, right? He's my neighbour. I thought I'd borrowed tools off him before, and it turns out it was his housemate. Either way. So anyway, I asked for his number, and he took mine. This is just me being Liv, yeah? This is what I do, okay? And he did not message me, and I knew that there was a reason, and I was fine with it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Hit or miss with me, you know. It was what happened next that was interesting. So like I said, a number of hours went past and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I obviously was overbearing. I'm starting to learn that I can be, well, I'm a lot more persuasive than I think I was. Most people would probably call it manipulative. I don't think I'm a manipulative person anymore, if that counts. Anyway, the night went by, the day went by. I was like, yep, cool, whatever, I don't care, yeah? Anyway, the following day, the point to my story before is the street I live in has now turned into like this really nice family orientated kids everywhere street, so it's lovely. Anyway, the following day, the neighbour that I'd given my number to knocked on my door, and obviously I called out and he told me it was him. And I've met a number of people who don't like dogs, which, side note, I mean, everyone's got their own thing for sure, but the amount of people I've met that are like, and don't take this the wrong way, but like big, tough, tall men, for example, very scared of my dogs, so I've always got to lock him up, yeah? Which is, in my opinion, crazy because he looks like a nutter, but he's the most well-behaved dog once you give him the cuddles he wants. He's just an attention whore, that's all. Hey, buddy. That's my nickname for my dog, an attention whore. But yeah, the following day I get a knock on my door, and it's him, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was like, give me a minute, I'll get rid of the dog, yeah? And so I did that, and I was like, do you want to come in? And he goes, no, this will only take a minute. And I remember thinking, why didn't you say that before I had to get rid of the dog? Yeah? So I stepped outside to talk to him. I'm trying not to laugh as I say it because it probably could come across really bad, but it is something I find funny. But anyway, so I go outside and I'm talking to him and I'm like, is everything okay? Like, I know I didn't get your number, so I'm fine, but kind of like, why are you here sort of thing, yeah? And this is what I was told, right? Okay. He was like, I have been so stressed out all night and all day, and I haven't known what to do, and I just feel really, really bad, and I would have been here earlier, but work finished late, and like he was still fully in all of his work gear, so you could tell he had literally just gotten home and come and knocked on my door. And I'm like, what's wrong, kind of thing, like, I'm not understanding here. And he was like, I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm already in one. And I was like, oh my God, I've never thought of it like that. Because, like, my answer to him was, I'm in a long-term, very committed relationship with myself and my vibrators. What can I say? I'm not even a little bit interested in dating, meeting people, and all that bullshit. I have no interest at all. Don't do it! Don't do it! Oi, you gonna be good? Let the dog walk past. It's an old dog and it's very slow. It's funny because it's actually the father of the man who's the story on my website's main page. I've got like a featured story and a featured video, and the featured story is titled To My Neighbour, I Hope One Day You See This. And his truck's always there, which I find weird, but I've never ever seen him again. But I constantly see his dad walking the dogs. And I'm perfectly nice. I wave, I say hi. I had no issues with the dude. I mean, fucking hell. But yeah, so back to this one though. He's stressed out of his mind. And I was just like, well, I really needed this to happen, I guess, because now I know not to ask randoms for their phone number. But I saw him again today when I was headed to the neighbours across the road. And thankfully, I think in that moment, he was able to see. I said to him, "Yeah, I've got most of the neighbours' numbers. I mean, it's nice to know who you're living around, you know what I mean?" And I was like, "I'm really sorry I put you out that time." I was like, "But I truly didn't mean it like that." And we were all good. And I said to him, "I'm headed over to such and such." I was like, "There's massive trees falling down, so I'm taking the green bin, I'm doing all of that." And I'm like, "Obviously, I've got their numbers, I've got his numbers." I'm like, and I'm just really happy that happened because, like, not one single shred of me asked for the number because I wanted to go on a date. I want Cassidy's uncle to take me on a date because I've said to him, "I like you, you're fun, you're nice. I'd never date you, not because of him, but because I don't date. Yeah, but because I don't have any interest whatsoever. Like, I have had a point in my life where I will probably be celibate for a long time. Like, December, what are we in now? Nearly halfway through October. Once we get to December, I'm at 3 years of celibacy. 3 years, people. And I'm clearly a fucking fan of sex, yeah? But that's not here nor there. I am a very big, much of a believer that you can watch porn. It's not cheating. Masturbating is absolutely fine. And bloody hell, do people have to be fucking... Oh, sorry, it makes me think of Reddit and all the bullshit I read, and it's like, you cannot watch porn because it's cheating. It's like, no, it fucking isn't. Actually. But, whatever. I don't want to be in a relationship because I refuse on every single level to change who I am for anyone other than me. I am working my ass off trying to be a better person, trying to get to the version of me that I know that I can be without all the darkness that I have. And I got years and years and years of that, nearly a lifetime of that. So it's going to be a lot of like working through stuff. But yeah, this now being 37 minutes and 27 seconds when I didn't know how much I was going to say, but honestly, I am going to keep sharing. The fact that mental illness is the most highly stigmatized thing, well, I didn't know that. I'm quite fascinated by it. But now that I do, I think I'm going to talk a lot more about stuff that can actually help people. This isn't a help site, so to speak. This is I need to talk to my camera. I need to have someone to talk to. This is my daily therapy. Even when they're like 1 minute videos, it's still so important to me because this is what I want to do. And yeah, but anyway, I am nearly at 40 minutes, 38.5 minutes. I dare say I haven't finished half of what I've started talking about, but that's okay. I will eventually get there. That's what I was going to say. I will finish one thing. So my therapy session I filmed, which I very much plan to upload, but I don't know all the settings on this new phone, and I don't know what was happening, but I got like the first 12 minutes and then it shut off. Then I got like 40 seconds and it shut off. Don't do it. Look at mummy. And then the last, say, like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, right? And I don't want to watch them before uploading them, in all fairness. But in this occasion, think I'm going to have to because I don't want to like upload it and then say skip 40 seconds or the middle one or whatever it is in case it's like crucial. But I just don't know how it's going to come across. And that's the only reason I haven't uploaded it. But before I even do this, I will upload this one now, 6:21 p.m. on the 16th of October 2023. Daylight is all holy hell. Anyway, I am going to love you all and leave you. Pray that you please send me some love and some technology high vibes and try to figure this out. Talk to you all later. Bye.